Hello there, I'm Dr. Dane Donahue, and I'm sitting here with Amy Powell. And Amy works for a company called JKJ that does benefits for corporations. Instead of me saying what you do, why don't you tell everybody what you do?
Okay. Good morning. My name is Amy Powell, and I'm a wellness coordinator for an insurance broker. We provide wellness services to our clients that we provide employee benefits health insurance to. We have corporations from 10 employees to 2,500 that we help establish wellness programs and try to improve the overall well-being of their employees.
That's awesome. And it's probably something you've seen over the past 10, 15 years that you've been working is something that's a real need these days because corporations are obviously hurting because of their healthcare expenses. Now, why don't you tell everybody how you and I established a relationship, because I think that's important.
Okay. We contacted Dane's group, which is Wellness Solutions Center, looking for some guidance for corporations for nutritional information, fitness information, chiropractic help. We wanted someone that could provide all aspects of healthy living to a company. Time is limited, resources are limited. It's so beneficial to have a group that can provide all three of those areas for the client.
And it's a win-win-win because, obviously lunch and learns don't really cost that much. The education doesn't really cost that much, and it's a win, obviously, for the chiropractor being able to expose his or her business to the corporation. So the corporation wins because hopefully it gets healthier employees. You guys win because you're providing a benefit that they may not be able to get through their insurance company, and then obviously hopefully the chiropractor wins by being able to just be out in the community a little bit more.
Absolutely. I mean, my job as a wellness coordinator, I'm not a health professional. It's my job to coordinate health professionals that can bring this service to our clients. We've done strict nutrition programs in the past. We've done just fitness challenges, that sort of thing. But what we really find success with is when we incorporate all three aspects at one time.
That's awesome. And what do you think, there's a lot of chiropractors that are listening, and a lot of them are trying to get into these corporations. And I just have found for me personally that cold calling doesn't work, and that's why we've set up a really great relationship. Matter of fact, you told me today that there's a company I'm going to be calling today to set up a wellness day. And I love doing these things because I love going out and educating the public on what we do. But how do you think chiropractors can establish a relationship with someone like you in their town to set up this relationship where they can then work through someone like you to be exposed to, instead of one corporation at a time, be exposed to hundreds of corporations?
Right. Great question. As an employee of an insurance broker, I have access to, as I mentioned, clients from all sizes. We're providing their employee benefits health insurance. So we are looking for ways to help reduce their costs, reduce their absenteeism, attract, better employees. All those things are very important to companies. If you have a connection with an HR person in a local company, through your church, through a civic group, through your gym, neighborhood, it really does help to have the personal connection. I do think chiropractors do have a little bit of an onus, and people think, oh, they just want to,
Sure.
you come in and get adjusted, and that's all.
We say we have kind of a negative brand equity starting out.
Yeah, sometimes,
so that's a little
absolutely.
bit of a challenge, and we have to just confront the brutal realities of that. But just like you and I, maybe you had a little bit of that. But as we established a relationship, you kind of knew that we were kind of the real deal. This is what we do in our office.
Absolutely. And we'll talk about that in a second. But absolutely, I think, getting in, having a personal connection, having someone that's been a client or a patient is a huge benefit, because if, they see what your group does, they see what you can offer, and it's, everybody wants their companies healthier. Everybody wants costs down. So I think it's critical to have a professional standing in the community that people say, oh yeah, that's a credible group. I mean, that's someone that a lot of people go to. It's not, you don't go there because you had a car accident and then never go back again.
Sure.
I think you have to convey that it's a lifelong commitment to wellness, and it's a partnership, and you need more than 3 office visits to change your patterns you've been establishing for 30 years.
Sure, and hence that's why we do 8 Weeks to Wellness.
Right.
What do you think that the chiropractors that are listening, what in dealing with a lot of HR people and a lot of the wellness coordinators for companies, what do you think that they're looking for when you talk to them in terms of someone coming in to educate their employees? Are they looking for nutritional talks? Are they looking for, get fit while you sit? I mean, what is it that the chiropractors need to perfect in terms of their educational programs?
I mean, I think every company obviously is different. I think the main things people are looking for are informational lunch and learn sessions, whether it be on nutrition, fitness, stress reduction, meditation. We had a great meditation
that we did at your office.
That your office did for us. It was very well received. I think they're looking for something people could do at their desk. Basic stretches with bands, which you've provided that for some of our clients. Screenings are a big part of it. People are looking for
biometric screenings.
Biometrics, even just to start off basic. If you can go in and offer a package of, like, similar to this Wellness Day, a blood pressure reading, a BMI, a hip to waist ratio, some basic nutritional. If you can provide like a 2 or 3 hour wellness day that kind of touches on each of these things, so people are aware of, what is my blood pressure? Most people don't know.
Sure.
Where am I on the BMI scale? Where am I compared to my peers? I mean, how abnormal is my current stress level?
Sure.
I think to start off a company with that, we see it at health fairs a lot. If you start off with kind of an introduction to wellness, that really gets people engaged and says, okay, wait a minute,
So just a general, like I always say, instead of going out and saying you have to do 10 different talks on 10 different topics, maybe perfect one talk, a general wellness talk that incorporates nutrition and exercise principles and maybe a little background on stress reduction, that type of thing.
Absolutely, and I think if you come prepared with, this is a cost for a 8-week smoking cessation program. This is a cost for, one lunch and learn a quarter. I think if you prepackage things, most companies aren't really comfortable with an open-ended wellness budget of, well, we don't know what it's going to cost. If you can come in and say, there's the different tiers of service.
That's great, like a menu of services.
Absolutely.
We can
start, year one.
And that's what we did with this Wellness Day. You asked me what it cost. I came up with a cost. You went back to the employee. They agreed. And now I'm going to contact them and set that up. Real closed, not open-ended. That's what they're looking for.
Right, because, they make decisions all day long based on financials, and it has to be a very organized, rational thought process. You can't start the year off and say, oh, I think we're going to spend $8,000 on wellness, but I'm not sure.
Right.
And people like to be able to forecast, and they like to know that their wellness dollars that are being used. You don't want to throw out a general wellness budget and hope people use it.
Yeah, and I'll finish up with this in establishing our relationship and you learning more about wellness and what chiropractic has to do with wellness. A lot of the people in your office have become patients here, including yourself. And, so that's important to me, is that, that the person that you're working with really understand it. And I don't know if you can understand something better than to utilize the service and understand its benefits. So I want to just thank you for that.
Oh, sure. And, I did come into chiropractic care with a little hesitation. But it's been amazing. It's changed the way that I feel, and at 40 years old and never having been to a chiropractor before, I didn't really understand the value of it.
Sure, like most people.
Right, but it's a wonderful thing. I look forward to my adjustments.
And you told everybody you were 40 and they were thinking you were 25. So.
Did I say
40? Anyway, thanks very much. I appreciate you guys being here with me, and Amy, I appreciate you spending some time with us just to educate us on what we can do to help the corporations.
Thank you for everything that you've done for our clients. It's been an invaluable resource. I appreciate it.
No problem. Thanks very much.